All right, guys, I got shut down again. It could be Facebook. It happened to me the other day. This happened to me the other day. Facebook has a habit of shutting me down. So I'm going to continue where I left off in just a moment here. Okay. Just one moment. Because I have some fun stuff to get to, too, by the way. There we
are. Excuse me. I work for Black Lives Matter. Sure. I'm sorry. I work for Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry that I scared you. Okay. But since I work for that company...
Okay, so... I played that segment there because I wanted to show this woman who was very quick to get on her knees because she's a Democrat for a variety of reasons. And that is because there are some people who feel like they have so much white guilt that they have to prostrate themselves before the people who they feel like they've somehow oppressed, even though they did never oppress anybody. It makes no sense at all. Anyway, back to this piece from Dr. Conservative Bomb. This is an African-American man walking in New York to talking about white guilt and how stupid it is.
Issue that I have. And then another issue that I'm having is also with white guilt. White guilt, I have a huge issue with white guilt, man, on a liberal side. And because you know what white guilt to me is? White guilt to me is low expectation racism. That's all it is. It's, you see white people feeling all concerned for black people. Oh, you guys, it's our fault. I'm so sorry. You guys can never be accomplished in this country because of what we did to you. And
also white people who say, you deserve to be able to break into a Target because, America's been bad for you. And you need to be able to steal athletic shoes and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's fine. Just don't do it in my neighborhood. And don't move here, because that's how white liberals are. Stay there in the inner city and steal stuff and all that, and you'll be fine.
Oh my gosh, it's and that's, to me, it's sad. That's white, and that white guilt, that virtue signaling. That's an issue, a big issue in this country right now on the left, on the liberal side of things.
Yep.
A lot of my conservatives, white people on the conservative side of things, they don't look at me and feel, so sorry for me, or I'm not capable of being accomplished or being successful. They don't look at me like that. They have respect for me as a fellow American citizen, and that's all I ask for.
And it's insulting to think otherwise.
I don't need you to cower down and take a knee down for me.
Thank you.
I don't need you to, to kiss my boots or nothing like that. I don't need nothing crazy like that. I don't need none of that nonsense. Just treat me like a fellow American.
Oh my God.
I'll do the same to you, and we can keep it moving. And that's what all I ask. And conservatives give me that. People on the left, they look down on me. They look at me as somebody who can't. Like they talk.
But that doesn't allow African Americans or white people, white liberals, to infantilize people. Okay, that doesn't allow white people to infantilize African Americans, and that's what they really like to do, and that's what makes it so absolutely foul and disgusting. Hello, Amy. How are you? Nice to see you. Okay. This is pretty funny. I just need to make sure I'm on both my Facebook pages here, guys. So just give me 1 second here. Again, I got knocked off, and I apologize. I lost a good share of my audience because probably Facebook did it because that's just how they roll. All right. So there we are. That's that. And Amy. Okay. All right. And Marianne, sorry about that. I need to figure out a way or another medium where Facebook isn't Facebook right now is watching me intensely because they know that I'm now a Newsmax TV personality. And I'm going to have to move off of this medium, and it sucks. But there are people who are keeping me quiet. There are people who are shutting me down. There are people who are shadow banning me. So I just wanted you to know that's why it was interrupted. But to Amy and Marianne, thank you for joining me, and my other Amy, my niece, and Nick. Hi, Nick. How you doing, buddy? This is pretty funny. In the zone, the CHAZ zone. Well, let's go ahead and finish this.
But look at how they talk about voter IDs when they talk about the black community. Look at white liberals when they talk about.
Oh, no, this is funny. So black people can't get an ID to vote. That's what white liberals are saying.
Voter IDs in black community. They talk about like it's impossible for blacks to have IDs and to be able to vote for themselves. Like, how's that even possible? How can blacks even? How can they accomplish that? Like, you know how racist that sounds when I hear white people talk about that?
Yes.
That's real racism right there. If you think a black person can't get an ID, you know how easy it is to get an ID, especially in New York City? All you really literally almost have to do is walk in a building. I came in and get a New York ID, state ID, when I just moved here 7 years ago. When I just moved here, I literally walked in the building, had all my mail with me. Had like,
liberals are going, You as a black person were able to get your own ID without our help?
Like my past 3 bills,
Good job. You get a smiley face on your paper.
all this information, social security card, everything I need, a birth certificate. And they looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, bro, all you need is, you're Christopher Wright, like pretty much, right? And I'm like, yep. And they're like, okay, well, here's your ID. It was that easy. It
Christopher Wright, that's his name. I like this guy.
wasn't a long, difficult process, a process that any adult black person can do by
I know,
themselves.
right?
So to act like it's impossible for blacks to get voter IDs or are capable of doing it on their own, that's racism. That's low expectation racism.
Yes.
And that's where I see modern day racism in 2020 coming at me. It's not some KKK guy in Arkansas on the mountain somewhere with a white hoodie on. It's a little college grad, white kid Antifa with a mask on, with a black mask on, acting a fool. Talking about I'm not capable to get an ID and vote.
I love it. That is the perfect encapsulation of the infantilization of black people by white liberals. It's insulting. And what it does is it continues this cycle of dependency that the Democrat Party has with regard to a lot of people in the African American community. But see, there are a lot of people like that gentleman. They feel value in creating. They feel worth in being a part of a strong America. And again, if you think infantilizing black people is going to win you an election, you're going to get the black vote from it. Not with people like that guy voting. Okay. Men with KKK hoods and Trump flag tried to disrupt a Black Lives Matter rally in Nevada. This really happened. Oh, these guys were they're really KKK members carrying Trump flags because it's so common for, this was staged. Okay. Notice the outfits. Okay, those aren't KKK robes. Okay, those are Antifa with KKK hoods. I don't know where they got them. They made them. There's not a whole. It's not an entire outfit, and so this is completely staged. Where's the guys with the longboards going to try to beat these guys to death? No, they're real KKK members there in Fallon, Nevada, that came out to interrupt the Black Lives Matter rally, carrying their Trump signs because everybody knows that Trump voters are KKK members.
No KKK, no racist doctors. Stop.
Yeah, look, they're real KKK members wearing board shorts and a T-shirt like so many Antifa members wear. Yeah, look at those. Look at KKK member wearing a white shirt and white shorts there, carrying the Trump sign because they're so racist, the Trump supporters. This is so stupid. These are bad actors showing up who are members of the BLM crowd dressing up because they want to put the KKK in, and of course because Trump, you get it. This is just so stupid. This is really stupid. And one more stupid video from the CHAZ. I mean, this was a CHAZ. And you saw, I guess, I wasn't really, I was a baby in the late 60s. But you saw a lot of this idiocy in the city. Could you imagine being a police officer? Not only you have to deal with violence, but you also have to just deal with effing morons like this. We're going to kill you with interpretive dance. Are you scared? Are you scared of our interpretive dance? Could they start some music or something there? Are you convulsing? Are you okay? You can't think that the people standing there saying, "Hey, that's really cool what you're doing there, Caitlin." Caitlin, I'm assuming her name. Good chance her name's Caitlin.
Let's go forward, please. Let's go.
Cop's like, people make the same movements when we tase them. You want to see? You want to find out? Wow, you guys just look like morons. Look like morons. Oh. One more thing from the CHAZ place. So this guy, he's at the CHAZ the autonomous zone in Seattle. And apparently, what happened was he had his car parked there. You'll notice there's a tire missing, and because there's no police, nobody was there to respond when he had his stuff stolen. And there is some coarse language.
I'm not in any show. I have rights. What the fuck is this shit? I just had my keys broken, stolen, got.
Well, you're in the CHAZ autonomous zone, and police aren't allowed. You have to understand that people would steal your stuff.
Had my phone stolen. And
There's another winner over there with a bumper missing from their car.
fucks let it all happen.
How could it happen in the CHAZ zone?
Fucking what the fuck?
Oh, and you got your windshield knocked out, you poor little baby.
Stay the fuck
I think she's actually stealing one of his plain label sodas from Walmart.
away from me, you fucks. Every
She's stealing one of his sodas as he sits there. My mom and dad bought this car for me when I was
police around this bitch if you're
15.
Give me my keys back then. Someone give me those fucking keys from that fuck.
I'm going to eat that burrito while I'm at it here. What an idiot. Dear Lord. Hello, Joanne, and hello, Nog. Sorry, I know Nog, nice to you. Hello, Felix. Glad to have you with me. So, NASCAR is getting all political, too. Did you know that? There's a Black Lives Matter NASCAR. Did you know that? There is a Black Lives Matter NASCAR. And this is Bubba Wallace. He's the NASCAR's only black driver, and his name's Bubba. I think that's kind of cool. Well, so he decided to do a Black Lives Matter car, even though the Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, and they've caused billions of dollars of damage, and they used to, in their rallies, say pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon and all that stuff. But he's decided that's a good idea as a NASCAR driver to go as Black Lives Matter. And I, you know what? Most of the NASCAR fans are like, oh, whatever, you want to do it, that's fine. Who cares? They're not like racists. But they decided, well, so there's another guy, and he says, you know what? I'm going to do a police matter car. Hold on one second. I just lost this. So there's another guy. He has a police matter car. Here it is. There's a cop cars matter. There it is. That's the back of the blue car. And who is that? Kyle Weatherman. And he's white. And aren't most weathermen? I mean, we used to be that way anyway. People who were newscasters, weathercasters, they were white. Anyway, his Xfinity driver, Kyle Weatherman, he placed a pro-police version of his car in the Homestead Miami Speedway in Homestead, Florida last week. One of those. I don't know anything about NASCAR. Anyway, so on top of all of that, NASCAR's got to get political. I mean, who cares? You know, I'm just done. And then, of course, now on top of all of that, you got to have a NASCAR driver PSA that basically has a take on racism in America because, you know, they're race car drivers and we need to hear their take about it.
We're no strangers to moving fast.
And we know how life can have that same quality.
But now
is the time to
Oh, God, I hate montages.
slow down.
and reflect. The events of recent weeks
highlighted the work we still need to do as a nation to condemn racial inequality and racism.
The deaths of George Floyd.
You like it when you guys crash. I'm just going to say, you know, this PSA is really good, but, dude, we so like it when you crash. And we literally sit there as you go in a circle around in front of us and wait for you to crash. And when you crash, we just think it's so cool.
Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and countless others in the black community
That's Bubba right there.
are heartbreaking.
Are heartbreaking.
There you go with the... Oh, but he got his Chevy Goods thing in there. You got to get the sponsorship in there. It's very important in NASCAR.
And can no longer be ignored.
Process begins with us listening
And learning. Because understanding the problem.
Church Home, is that a sponsor?
is the first step in fixing it.
We are committed
To listening with empathy.
And with an open heart to better educate ourselves.
We will use this education to advocate
For change in our nation, our communities.
And for Chevy Goods.
And most
And Chevrolet.
importantly, in our own homes.
even after the head.
Yeah, it's just about as insufferable as the insufferable Hollywood white person one. Where is that? Oh, yeah. Here, I haven't actually seen this whole thing, so let's watch it together until we can't take it anymore. Can we do this? This is a bunch of Hollywood white people, again, prostrating themselves. I always get those confused, prostrate and prostate. Prostrating yourself means something completely different. But here we are.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
Boy, he was so pensive. I don't know who that guy is. I've seen him somewhere. I don't know his name. I don't know her name either.
I take
Don't know the person in the beginning either.
responsibility.
God, that is some great acting. That is some great acting. Here we go.
I take responsibility for every unchecked moment.
For every time it was easier to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Every not so funny joke.
Talking like this. You know.
Every unfair stereotype.
Every blatant injustice, no matter
I know her. She was in a TV show.
how big or small.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I
For people who are so concerned about their image all the time, they really look shitty in these things.
explained away police brutality or turned a blind eye.
Hold on, we're going to get to the montage part where they just do one word. It's going to happen. I have a feeling.
I take responsibility.
Responsibility.
Black people are being slaughtered in the streets.
That's a lie. It's not happening, actually. Well, I mean, in places like Chicago where black people are slaughtering other black people at 10 times the national average. That is true.
Killed in their own homes.
Yeah, but there's drive-bys. A lot of drive-bys happen in Chicago and other areas.
These are our brothers and sisters.
Our friends, our family. We are done watching them die. We are no longer bystanders. We will not be idle. Enough is enough.
I will no longer allow an
I know this guy. He's been in some stuff. I think he was in like the League of Gentlemen or something.
unchecked moment. I will no longer allow
He's reading a teleprompter, by the way.
racist, hurtful words,
See, he's reading a teleprompter.
jokes, stereotypes, no matter how big or small, to be uttered in my presence.
I will not turn a blind eye.
Who sized your glasses? Honestly, I'd get into an optometrist. Just, they're really big for your head.
Going for a jog should not be a death sentence. Sleeping in your own home should not be a death
Well, it's not. It's not.
sentence.
Playing video games with your nephew should not be a death sentence.
Shopping in a store should not be a death sentence. Business as usual should not be life-threatening. I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
I will stand against hate.
See, there you go. There's
in
the
love.
montage. That's the montage.
I will make my presence known.
Yeah, well, and I'm not going to pay attention to you. Yeah, somebody is messing with my show on one of my channels, Rob Carson, on Rob Carson, Facebook at Rob Carson. Facebook at Rob Carson show is fine, apparently. So I'm just going to go ahead. Felix says somebody's messing with it. I don't doubt it. Okay, let's move on to fun stuff. How about fun stuff? How about in, let's talk about, places are starting to reopen, including a gym in California, but they're doing it a little bit different. This is a gym in California. South Bay Fitness in Redondo Beach. They have constructed 9 workout pods made of plastic pipes and shower curtains. And this is really stupid.
You're at Inspire South Bay Fitness. I have Pete here with me. He is the owner. He's been shut down for 3 months. Tomorrow you are opening.
Yes, we are. We're really excited. We have our check-in station over here. We have sanitizing and temperature. And we're really excited to get everything going again, you guys.
But this is the coolest part.
So our coolest part right here, we have pods built for our clients. You have everything inside, including dumbbells, foam rolls, disinfected wipes, so you can get yourself cleaned up after you're done with your workouts.
These look like a pretty clever idea because you were telling me it was going to cost you thousands.
Yeah, so we're looking at plexiglasses, and it would have cost us over $10,000 for all of these pods here. So we came up with this idea with just PVC pipe and shower curtains to keep it clean.
So hopefully this inspires other gyms. I haven't seen anything like this.
Yeah, I haven't either. And for other gyms who not sure if how we're going to open things up, hopefully this will give you guys some ideas so they can keep your clients safe.
And you also offer one-on-one, and you can do that in a giant room all by yourself.
Yes, so we have our private training section over here.
You can also do other stuff in a giant room all by yourself, but we won't get into that.
And right here, we just have all...
Let's just say there's a reason why we don't have carpeting.
Some more equipment with the clients and the train.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you right now, I had to go off of Facebook at Rob Carson because they're effing with me. So now I'm just on Facebook at Rob Carson Show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share that on my other Facebook page because they're effing with me. So let me go to my other Facebook page and put this link and see if it actually works. There we go. There we go. See if that actually works. Probably. Just go over there. Okay, back to what I was doing. Sorry for the train wreck here, but they like to mess with me. Oh, this is kind of funny. This is actually, on the heels of the gym where you go in and you're in a plastic bubble. How about a haunted piece of gym equipment? This actually happened. Bizarre footage shows a uniformed officer standing around the equipment in Kashiram Park in Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh, India, which, I mean, I just wish I could make it there again this summer, but I'm going to miss my annual trip to Kashiram Park in Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh, India this year. Anyway, there's some haunted exercise equipment. They don't know why it's doing this, but it's just doing it. And let me just say that to the poltergeist, to the ghost there, your form is terrible. Honestly, you need to slow down. I don't know, maybe you're listening to a fast song on your ghost iPod or your phone or whatever, but that's not good form. So I need you to, just breathe. Oh, wait a minute, you're dead. Never mind. There it is. It's just two ghosts just working out. Pretty long set, actually. I'd do like 15, 12, 10. 15, 12, 10, and then switch to another piece of haunted exercise equipment. That's what I'd do. There you go. Hey, you want to hear some good news? People actually flipping a car back over after a car accident rather than flipping over a police car and setting it on fire. This happened in Chicago the night of June the 7th. There was a SUV broadsided by a van and overturned. Dozens of people showed up to actually tip the car back over and not set it on fire, and rescued the victims inside, including a toddler.
The airbag went off.
There's still somebody in the back. There's still somebody in there.
Wait, be careful. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. Are there black and white people actually getting along there? That doesn't happen in America.
Come on, no.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You know why? Because America. There you go. Hilarious moment. A very unlucky construction worker using a portable toilet is blown over while still inside. This is tough to watch.
Damn, son.
Can you imagine? Oh, boy. Dresher, Pennsylvania. Cell phone footage shared by Andrew Chianese shows powerful winds blowing the toilets over, and one of the buddies was in there. Oh, boy. And that's the one he's in, I believe. Oh, that just sucks.
Damn, son.
So the rainstorm was replaced by a shitstorm, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's the one he's in. Thank you, UK Daily Mail. And they're laughing at him. I guess he was okay. People have put together a GoFundMe page who raised a couple $1,000s for the trauma of being covered with that. Dear God in heaven. Wow. The video's been seen about 5 million times. Okay, just a couple more stories I want to share with you. Hi, Nick and Amy and all you guys. New Zealand, this is interesting because, when I was a kid, porn was hard to come by. You're little, you'd look at, like, catalog with women in bras and underwear, and you'd be like, whoa, wow, really awesome, And then there was, like, Playboy, and then there was some other stuff, I could get at the truck stop that I worked at, but nothing like now. I mean, you can get porn everywhere. And I can't imagine raising a kid in that, and it creates unreal expectations, and I can't imagine what it would be like to be growing up through pubescence with this porn, because it can give you a real false sense of what sex is all about. Some of it is very violent and grotesque, and it dehumanizes people. So this is a PSA by, and these are actors portraying porn stars, I assume, because I've been really looking for these people online to find these actors. I think they're fine actors, and I think they're, anyway, they did a PSA where a couple of porn stars show up to address a mom and tell her about her kid watching porn and how it's setting up, bad expectations.
Hiya, I'm Sue. This is Derek. We're here because your son just looked us up online, to watch us.
Matt, darling, there's some people here to see you.
Okay, you've got to see this. Okay, imagine you're a 15-year-old boy and you just got busted by the porn stars you're watching in your room when you think mom doesn't know about it.
So he watches you online?
Yeah, on his laptop.
iPad, PlayStation.
His phone, your phone.
Smart TV, projector.
Yeah, anyway, we usually perform for adults, but your son's just a kid. He might not know how relationships actually work. We don't even talk about consent, do we? No, we just get straight to it.
Yeah, and I'd never act like that in real life.
Nah.
Here we go.
Hey, Maddie. You're right.
He just spilled his SpaghettiOs, and I'm not speaking figuratively.
Okay, Sandra, stay calm. You know what to do here. All right, Maddie. It sounds like it's time to have a talk about the difference between what you see online and real-life relationships. No judgment.
Many young Kiwis are using porn to learn about sex. Keep it real online. Get help and advice at keepitrealonline.govt.
I think that's funny. I think it's great, and you can have the conversation with your kid. I think it's a good thing. And let's just be honest, it's your boy. Okay, it's your son. Terrifying moment: a swimmer is dragged underwater by a crocodile before a friend saves him. This happened in Bhopal. Apparently, this crocodile bit the right thigh of Amit Jatov. I wouldn't go swimming in water that looked like this, but it happens. There they are, just swimming. You may remember the first opening scene in CHAZ. Do you remember that? That kept everyone in America from swimming, even in freshwater lakes. Here it goes. Just having a swim in Bhopal, having a swim, and suddenly an alligator grabs your leg and pulls your friend under in 3, 2, and about 1, go. Here it comes. There it goes. Okay. Just like Jaws. The guy was holding a selfie stick when that happened, by the way. Having a wow. Which is kind of like that kid earlier. The selfie, he was holding his selfies. Never mind. Finally, a bizarre new trend with moms doing TikTok videos where they spill water on their infants. I don't understand this. It's, to me, wow. I mean, I've pretty much documented my children's, childhood on Facebook, but I never did something. I never did something this stupid. Now I like the Jimmy Fallon when he has or Jimmy Kimmel. Which one is he? Jimmy Fallon when he does a Halloween video where the parents record their kids saying they ate all their candy. That's pretty funny. This is just cruel. Baby's crying. Here we go. I like to do that with elderly relatives. It's pretty funny. No, actually, I don't. Okay, so it's time for me to go. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. I'm going to be doing my show on Newsmax this weekend. It is called Rob Carson's What in the World, shorter version, half-hour version. Very funny, funny and very quick pace. Just go to newsmaxtv.com if you want more information, newsmaxtv.com. Big things are going to happen, kids. This guy's going to become a household name, and not because I'm on America's Most Wanted, because I do a funny show. So hang in there. Things are going to get better. Evil doesn't win. Nastiness and violence doesn't win. Doesn't win. It's going to go all bye. God bless you guys. Have a glorious evening, and I will see you again soon. Bye.